What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 106 of The Terror Table. The Terror Table is that podcast that talks about horror movies, thrillers, video games, everything kind of horror genre is what we talk about here. And I'm one of the voices that you hear every week. My name is Mitch, and alongside me, as always, is...
I'm Boozy.
And next to him...
I'm your favorite part-timer, Diego.
Well, Diego's back.
Half retired.
Yeah, and we are continuing our creature feature series.
My voice is better, too.
Yeah, you sound good.
Are we all healthy today?
Yeah. We are.
Fuck yeah. Well, fuck yeah. This isn't wood. This is plexiglass.
Oh, yeah.
Knock on my dick. Knock on my dick.
Oh, my God. Okay. Well, we're going to continue our creature feature series, which started off with my pick on Sleepwalkers, and then we did Boozy's pick on Splinter, and now we're doing Diego's pick of RAWHEAD REX. So we will get to that like we normally do near the end of the episode. It'll probably be around the hour mark. Before that, we're going to talk about what we've been seeing, what we've been doing, and then we're going to talk about some news. And yeah, we'll get into that right away. But I just want to give everyone a heads up that next week will be our book club episode. The episode that we've been teasing for a while. We plan on doing one of these a month, but we'll see what we can do. I'm now done school, so I have no excuses. Like, I can now read, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, we're going to be doing our book club episode next week. It should be dropping around Thursday, so a week from today.
Yeah, once I learn how to read, I will get this case.
We'll get it. But it will be just Boozy and myself and my girlfriend Courtney, who's been on multiple episodes, and my sister Tara, who was on for our episode on The Meg. And just for a quick reminder, we're doing 4 different books. Like, we're all just kind of talking about them, obviously spoiler free. It's just going to be us talking about horror and books in general, rather than movies. We're just going to focus on literature.
And it's not going to be that long.
I'm sure we're going to talk about other things than just the books that we're reading, but if you are interested, Courtney is reading My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite, and Boozy is reading The Most Dangerous Animal of All, Searching for My Father and Finding the Zodiac Killer by Gary L. Stewart. Tara will be reading Shirley Jackson's classic novel The Haunting of Hill House, and I will be reading Simon Roy's Kubrick Red. So yeah, we'll get to that next week, but look forward to that. And then after that, we're going to be bringing on our friend and filmmaker, fellow podcaster, Larry Parsons. He'll be on to talk about A Dark Song, which is on Netflix. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. I've already said multiple times on the show, I love that movie. It was in my top 10s of 2017. Boozy's now seen it, really loved it. So that's a spoiler that you're going to get at least 3 people. Well, and obviously Larry likes it as well. So it's going to be one of those episodes where we're just going to talk about a movie that we like. And it's one that I've wanted Diego to watch for a while.
Which one again?
A Dark Song.
I can finally get him to sign my Book of Trespasses poster.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Larry, like we said, he's a co-director and writer of Book of Trespasses, which is a local Saskatoon
I guess co-producer as well.
Yeah, he's done any accident. The guy is a jack of all trades.
He's a Swiss Army knife.
He is. But we'll look forward to doing that. So that's all you get for now. I guess that means that we can move on to what we've been up to. Who wants to go first? I choose Diego.
Yeah, because I don't have as much.
I feel like we just have a routine of now.
Yeah. He always says I don't have that much, but then we end up spending at least 15 minutes on him.
Well, the last 2 times I actually had quite a bit, but this time I've been busy with a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So I didn't get around to a whole lot, but I watched Spider-Man. This isn't horror, but I watched Spider-Man in the
I will allow it. I've been looking forward to this because Boozy and I both talked about it.
And you loved it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome because
He said it's
movie.
Favorite movie of the year that's not horror is what he said.
Man, this is one of the best animated movies I've ever seen.
It's one of the best superhero movies, best animated movies.
Best Spider-Man movies.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. No, everything about this movie was great. I love how obviously I'm a big Marvel and Spider-Man fan, but anyone could watch it, like Boozy, for example.
You don't need a big background on Spider-Man. They give you a 5-second thing, and that's the great part.
And then they make fun of it.
Yeah, they don't need to pander that whole story again.
Yeah.
And then, it's not like you have to see the other 15 Avengers movies.
Yeah. And then, but the good thing is too, and then people who are fan of Marvel movies and Spider movies will get like all the other like.
You'll get everything that you possibly wanted in a Spider-Man movie. Won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars.
Yeah, I don't care about Oscars, but that's still cool.
Well deserved.
Yep. No, I love that movie. I do hope that they continue on in that kind of universe and make it its own animated thing because you don't need to tie that into the MCU at all, obviously.
No.
But no, I love the voice cast. I love the animation. I love the story. It was just great overall.
How about Nicolas Cage being in 3 of the best movies last year?
Wait, Mandy,
Mom and Dad was great.
Okay, I didn't.
And Spider-Man. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I probably shouldn't say Mom and Dad was one of the best, but me and you both like. Yeah.
Which Spider-Man was your favorite, or woman spider thing? Which is Spider?
I love Miles.
Yeah, he's great.
And I wish there was a way where you could pay to like hear the alternate takes of things, because apparently John Mulaney did a whole cut of the movie
like R-rated.
And then after he was done, he was like, "What's the rating on this movie?" And like, "It's PG." And he's like, "Oh," so he had to redo it all.
I like how nobody stopped him.
And John Mulaney.
You never stop John Mulaney.
No. This guy's on right now.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Finally watched Insidious Chapter 4.
The Last Key.
Last Key finally wrapped up the whole franchise for me. I was disappointed.
Okay.
It wasn't a bad movie. I still liked it. I still liked it a lot. I didn't hate it, so you take that dab back.
It's like for sure the weakest one of
my biggest problem with it is that because I didn't really watch anything going into it or before I went into it. I wish that it wasn't a prequel ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that I don't care for.
I just wish that they would have wrapped the series up.
Yeah.
And it was okay. It was good. I like how it did. It showed how other things happened in the later, or not in the later movies, but in the later timeline. But I don't know. It was good. Like Lin Shaye's always good. I love the Tucker and Specs, like the two Ghost Chase guys. But as a whole, it was definitely the weakest.
I think the ending was super anticlimactic, and that's a victim of being a prequel as well.
Yeah.
But the twist within that movie, like halfway through, I loved that. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
And there's a wicked ass jump scare in that movie that scared the fuck out of me. Suitcase.
Oh yeah.
In the theater, I fucking lost it.
Because you know something's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's so obvious.
But they paced that jump scare out really well. Because every time you think it's gonna happen, you're like, and finally, it goes crump.
It does.
I've been playing some video games. Metro Exodus.
Is that good? I've been looking to get by that.
Have you played the first two?
I had Metro 3, I think. Is there?
This is the third one.
Okay, I had Metro 2 then. Yeah.
Last Light.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that one was on the last consoles, right?
Yeah. Well, they were on.
They're both.
Yeah, they were on the 360 and PS3, but then they got remastered on.
Okay. Yeah. I have played 2.
So do you remember much of 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun.
It's based off a book by some Russian guy. I don't know the name. Based off a book. Basically, it's post-apocalyptic Russia. This is a third in the series. It really helps a lot if you played the first 2, because it's like a direct continuation from the second one. But basically, you're in post-apocalyptic Russia, and it's a very it's a first-person shooter, but it's very slow-paced. Like it's like a survival horror first-person shooter.
Yeah, it's not like a Call of Duty run and gun.
Not a run and gun. You need to craft things. You need to think about things. Like the AI is super good, and it's creepy. And this one though is it's split into open world sections. Mm-hmm. So like you'll take a train somewhere to further the story, and then when you're there, it's like turned into this big open world area, and there's like side quests and stuff, and you could like there's a day and night.
That's way
cycle.
more than 2. Yeah.
And in number 2 and 1, for example, like your currency was also your bullets. Mm-hmm. So you had to
leverage.
You had to be like, careful. Okay, do I want to buy this med kit, or do I want to have enough ammo to fight?
So, question for you, because I did some research on it, because I'm obviously in a heavy video game kick right now, and it looks like something that I would love, but you said I wouldn't like it.
I don't feel like you would. I think you would get frustrated with it.
Yeah, but I get frustrated with a lot of things, and I still am just amazing at them.
As soon as you told me you didn't like the first Wolfenstein, I'm like, he would not like this game.
Yeah. So it's like basic and nothing new.
That's the point of Wolfenstein, though. It's an old school first-person shooter.
I get it.
Meant for the game. And what difficult did you play on? Probably easy.
No, I didn't. I was on, because there's 6 different difficulties. I was on the middle one, which was just the standard or whatever, and then it bumped me down to the second room.
Because you probably died so many times.
And it's so fucking hard.
Your hand.
Yeah, no, Wolfenstein is a difficult game.
You gotta play on Hurt Me Harder.
No. It's fucking hard.
That's every day of my life.
Hurt Me Harder, Daddy. No, you might. I could definitely let you borrow when I'm done with it, because I'd like you to experience it, but I don't think that you would love it. But it's a very tense. It's a survival horror in first-person shooter and in Russia.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And then I've been playing an anime game called Jump Force that got really bad reviews, but I love it anyway. It's an example of one of those games that
Is it like Doodle Jump?
No. Doodle Jump was fucking awesome.
It's basically like 40 characters. Because I've been on like another big anime kick. there's 40 characters from various Shonen Jump animes, and Shonen Jump is like Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, they're what's that called? It's like a bunch of smaller versions put together.
Manga.
No, because it'll be like a section about one story. I had a bunch of these. So
Shonen Jump.
But is that the actual name of what
Yeah.
that's called? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they jump into different franchises, or
You get like a little section of each instead of a bigger section of one.
Yeah.
oh,
Anyway, yeah, so it's awesome. And the thing is, with this game, so there's an anime that's out there called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which
Yeah.
I always was interested in, but I've never really been able to watch because I haven't had the means. And then there's 2 characters from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in Jump Force, and I decided, you know what, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a Crunchyroll account. So I got a Crunchyroll account.
Weeb.
No. Do you know what a Crunchyroll account is, Mitch?
yeah.
Okay. And I've been
How much is Crunchyroll?
$7.99 a month, but I got a 14-day free trial.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just so I can watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. There's about 300 episodes, and I've watched 30. I binged it in my bed.
Yeah.
It's so good. It turns out it's more horror influenced than I thought.
Oh, cool.
There's a lot to do with zombies and vampires, and like the main antagonist is a vampire, and he can stop time, and he screams a lot,
Awesome.
just like most anime.
Yeah, they're always just screaming at each other
Yeah.
and like wincing.
Yeah, but it's good times.
Sweet.
And yeah, that's. Oh wait, and then today a game came out that I was playing on my Switch. Just a little bit. It's called Ape Out.
Ape out.
Yeah.
Ape out, my dudes.
So you play as a gorilla who escapes from a lab, and you basically just eat and throw people and like punch them against
It's
walls.
kind of like
and they explode.
Rampage.
Yes and no. It's more like Hotline Miami. Like it's a top-down view,
Okay.
and it's very stylized. Like it almost looks like everything's made out of paint, and the soundtrack is basically Birdman. Like
Oh, really? Just
the
like jazz drums?
Jazz drums, and then when you like punch someone against the wall, they'll be like like a splash symbol and stuff, and
See, that sounds fun.
it's fucking wild.
That sounds like something I'd like.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's a game you can pick up, play for 10 minutes, and put back down. So,
Sweet.
yeah, Ape Out.
Ape out.
Awesome. Do you want to go next, Boozy?
It's very hot in here today.
Yeah,
It is.
I'll crack the window while Boozy's talking.
So the first thing, it is not entirely horror, but I felt like I should talk about it a little bit. It's a movie that just came out on Netflix recently called Polar.
That's not horror at all.
It felt very horror to me. It's
got Mads Mikkelsen, Hannibal.
It's got Mads Mikkelsen, and it's also got the villain from Hannibal as the villain in this. And it's a league of assassins trying to kill each other because they don't want to pay out their retirement funds. And it's fucking strange.
It's a Jonas Åkerlund movie too, which I need to give both of you a heads up because now you can watch Lords of Chaos on iTunes.
Yeah.
It's out now, and it's actually playing in Galaxy Theater right now as well. Only like one showing a night. I think both of you guys would really like that movie. But yeah, he directed that movie and this as well, which is crazy because Lords of Chaos is getting like really good reviews, and Polar, like, I'm still interested in seeing it because like I love Mads Mikkelsen, and from what I've heard, it's like Mads Mikkelsen, John Wick type thing.
Yeah, I don't. It's very off-putting. The whole movie's off-putting. I'll say that.
I haven't heard much good things about it.
The action's kind of cool, I guess. Other than that, it's really not great.
Mike Fisher hated this movie.
Did he?
He tweeted about it.
I've heard like nothing but bad things. I think actually Alexis liked it. I could be wrong.
Alexis loved it.
Yeah, okay. So she's the one person that liked it, that I know that liked it. Cool.
I don't know. I was kind of forced to watch it. It wasn't by my choice. So whatever. It was a thing. And then the other thing is I watched Mitch let me borrow the new Suspiria remake. So I watched that.
What did you think of Suspiria?
It was awesome.
It's so good.
I will say, though, it took me 2 viewings to get through the whole thing. It's very long, and I think it benefited me having that time to cool off because I feel sometimes some of the things that happened in that movie maybe could have been shrunk down or something for time constraint. But
like at least an hour could have been cut out.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, I could sit down, watch an hour and a half of it, and when I went to pick it back up, it wasn't where you go, where am I at again in this movie? It resets itself. It feels like, which is good on everyone for making that. Is that it had that ability that I didn't get completely lost going back into it. It did feel like a lot of every single thing that happened kind of had a purpose, whether it was really drawn out or not. And the ending is bonkers.
It's fucking nuts. It goes so weird.
I have not seen anything like that strange in a while. Like, it's really strange.
It is.
And you see a lot of people's bodies that probably you shouldn't see.
Yeah. Well, it's a witch movie.
Yeah, and I can see why you really liked that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it plays heavy into that, and I really like all the sisters.
And I liked all the music that's happening while that's happening,
yeah.
and how much blood there is. Like, it's fucking crazy.
It's not what people expected, definitely.
No, that's why there's like, I think there's a scene that I even, like I told Diego that before he leaves today, I'm going to show him that scene because I don't think Diego would like this movie overall. And it's like,
I've already made up my mind.
It's nearly 3 hours long. Like, now now you can understand where I'm at, where I did really like it. And it was like, I think that if I would have seen it at home even for the first time, it might have made my top 10 because I love so much about it, but it's just so fucking long. And I saw it at 10 o'clock in the evening.
Shitty theater.
And it was in like uncomfortable seats for sure. Yeah. Uncomfortable seats. And it was 3 fucking hours long and it was -40 out. So it was just a miserable experience.
Yeah.
But like,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm looking forward to watching it again because I bought the Synapse release of the original Suspiria and I want to watch them both back to back. And I feel like that's what means that's what makes it so good though, is as a remake, is that it's so different from the original. Like, it's so fucking different that
there's
you
certain scenes where I'm going, well, when's this going to happen? Then it doesn't, which it kind of sucks, but also at the same point, I was getting fed a almost completely new movie.
That's the thing, is it's a completely different movie, and I think that's what makes that justifies it being a remake, in my opinion. It's kind of like, I'm not going to delve into this because it will go off on a tangent, but like the whole Weezer Teal album thing, where they literally just copied the exact songs. It's like, there's no point of this. Like, we already have these versions. Show us Weezer playing this song. What would it sound like if Weezer's playing this song?
I think, sorry, I know you try not to go on a tangent. The only thing I have to say about that is, if you're going to do that and some of the songs are from the point of view of a female or someone that you're not in a point of view of, don't use the exact same lyrics. Tons of bands have done this where they just change certain words or phrases, because it's really weird to hear grown men sing "No Scrubs." That's just
and I think and they think that it's like catchy. Yeah, we will fucking go on.
Yeah, okay,
but no, you know what I like. So, question for you though.
Yeah,
because you liked the original Dario Argento's Suspiria.
Yeah,
which do you prefer, or do you know yet?
I've let this gestate and I've thought about it, and it kind of I guess the way I want to I guess the way I want to broach it is, which movie am I going to watch again in the next 5 years? And it's definitely the newer one.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, and you know, there are sometimes where I'll watch movies where I'll be like, this is really good, but I can't see myself watching it again in the next however many years. Where this movie, I'm like, I definitely want to check it out in the next 3 to 5 years.
True, and like I saw it in theaters like 4 months ago, and I bought it the day it came out and everything. Still haven't revisited it, but I'm looking forward to it, and we're probably going to do it this weekend. But
do you know Toto covered Hash Pipe?
Did they actually?
Yeah, they did. It was a retaliation cover.
Beef.
One other thing I watched, I know it's not horror, but I want to kind of quickly squeeze it in since we do have a lot of viewers who are into this sort of thing. I watched Fighting With My Family, and it is junk.
Is it? Yeah, I figured it would be.
It's got 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
Yeah, like, people love that movie.
Yeah, they do, and I feel like I'm the only one who didn't like it, but I kind of see through all this gloss of like, we're the WWE and here's The Rock.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things they gloss over and they change, and they twisted characters' stories, and because it's based off of real life, obviously.
I think people like you and me who like understand it would probably see
Man,
it.
We're very cynical about it.
WWE fans love it. Like, they love it. That's I've seen it all over.
But they're not all jaded and cynical. Like
yeah, but and that's the thing, is I think a lot of people, and I would be the same way as you guys. If I were a WWE fan, I would go into it jaded, because like, I don't need a Rock.
No, I didn't go into it being like, I want this to be a bad movie, but after watching it, you're like, this is just a polished turd, and I do mean that.
It's like a family movie.
And I just thought it was the weirdest. Like, I like Paige and all, but I thought it was the weirdest person to make a movie.
Well, and that's the thing, is they tried to kind of centered around the subject is she kicked off this women's revolution, where in the movie they take any of that power she did have all away from her, honestly.
That sucks.
And it just turns into a story about a kooky family, and one of them goes and sees The Rock. And that's my one point, is I've slowly turned into someone who doesn't like The Rock, not because he's done anything bad per se. I just find he's too glossed, and
he's a polished stone.
He's the world's biggest star.
He literally feels like somebody carts him out of a lab every day and like programs him like, Rock, say nice things, be cool, and he's like, will do.
He's like the Dave Grohl of movies.
Yeah. So I definitely had a big problem with that. And the last thing I'll say before I'll let you go is I have coming tomorrow, because I used Amazon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I bought the Halloween 2 Steelbook. because
sweet.
It looks amazing.
The artwork for that is awesome. The Shout Factory.
So I
Scream
grabbed
Factory.
that for myself.
Dario Argento's Halloween?
Yeah. Toto's
awesome.
Halloween.
Okay, I have a couple things, so I will get started. Rewatch Overlord. I bought Overlord the day it came out.
I bought it too. I haven't rewatched it yet, but I bought it. I'm waiting to rewatch it.
It's better the second time.
Yeah?
Like it's better at home. Like Courtney and I, we made a big breakfast. By that I mean she made a big breakfast and I played.
Good.
Huh?
It looked good.
Oh yeah, she makes the best breakfast ever. She makes the best food. Either way, we both just had so much fun watching it again, and like the whole time, it was like every 20 minutes we were just like, "Fuck, this movie's awesome."
I've been on a big Nazi killing kick.
I haven't. Well, it's
You're
because
gonna watch Inglourious Bastards too.
I love that movie, but I love like I love the war era, like World War I, World War II.
Man, those were the days, eh?
Yeah.
No, but like it's
Bring it back.
It's always interested me, but that's I like when people put in like I like even made up fictionalized things. That's why I felt like I would love Wolfenstein, and because I got in a fight with some fucking nerd online who's like, Overlord's actually it's just like it's a live action adaptation of Wolfenstein. I'm like, nope, not at all. He's like, well, it's kind of based off it. I'm like, nope. Not even slightly.
That's why you gotta not argue with people.
Because he was talking about how he's like Overlord, more like overboard.
Nice.
Because he was bored.
Because he's really smart and thought of that himself.
I see what he's saying though, but it's not based off. If anything, it would be. I could see them taking inspiration not from the new Wolfensteins, like Wolfenstein New Order and New Colossus or whatever, but Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which was on like the older consoles. Yeah. Definitely, I could see they took inspiration.
They probably took some inspiration, but also this guy admitted that he had never actually played any of the Wolfenstein games.
I love that you nerded out on Wolfenstein right there. You're like, that's it. This fucker who's never going to hear this.
Wolfenstein is one of my favorite franchises.
I know.
I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm going to leap into that then, I guess. So I have been in a big like Nazi war phase right now. So like with Overlord, actually I bought because it's been highly recommended to me from Diego. I bought the Overlord. Oh, sorry.
What's going on?
Wolfenstein. Is it the
New Order?
The New Order is the first one.
The New Order, the Old Blood, and I don't remember if the second one's called New Colossus.
It is, yeah. Okay, so I got a double pack of the New Order and the Old Blood. Yep. So the Old Blood is the prequel. I played it and I was like, it's fine. Like this is cool, but I wasn't like blown away by it. And also, I had just finished playing. What the fuck?
Tomb Raider.
No, I played Tomb Raider afterwards. But either way, like I've been playing some amazing games. Like I played in the last couple months. I played Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Spider-Man, like some just amazing games. And like you said, that Wolfenstein is like the classic shooter, and that's what it is. It's like that's cool and everything, but for me, I wasn't getting a lot out of the story. The story did nothing for me, and the gameplay, like the way you switch weapons, drove me fucking crazy. Because I was just like,
that's what happened. That's why you die so many times, and then
that's it. Do you understand? It's annoying though.
No, I didn't find it. Problem
okay, because I've talked to multiple people who all played it and like it too, but they're like, yeah, it's and I think they changed it in Wolfenstein 2. Actually,
I never had any problems with it.
Okay, I find it annoying. But like, so I didn't really like it.
How's it different? Sorry, as someone who has no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
It's like where you hold it's like a circular.
So you just hold the thing and then you do the
point,
wheel.
Yeah, and you point in the direction.
What's wrong with that?
Because when you're in the middle of a battle and when you're in the middle shooting people and you're trying to get this one weapon and then it automatically goes. Like, and it's not even my finger would do it. Like, it was fucking up. So maybe it was my game, but I've talked to multiple people who.
This is a case of don't hate the game, hate the player.
No, it's not. Fuck. Either way, like
isn't that basically what Red Dead Redemption 2 is?
Lots, and never had that problem.
So okay, it uses the same thing, but just for whatever reason, that one doesn't work and Red Dead does.
It was annoying me. Yes. Okay. It was.
I'm not picking sides here. You guys just fucking go.
I'm not even.
Yeah,
it's his opinion.
Yeah, it's perfectly okay for me to have an opinion on this game. Like, so for me, I wasn't blown away by Wolfenstein. I was like, I don't think I'm going to go forward from this. I was like, it might just not be for me. So I stopped.
But then you had the Old Blood, so you figured you might as well play that.
Yeah, and I had finished the second Tomb Raider, and I'd ordered the other one. It wasn't here yet, so I was like, I want to play video games. So I was like, I'll give Old Blood a shot. And I started playing Old Blood, which is the prequel, and I fucking loved it. And I'm like, but it's like the same game, even the weapons, but it wasn't as bad. For some reason, it wasn't as bad switching weapons. Also, the thing is, the villains in Wolfenstein, the New Order, are like just generally they're just like crazy Nazis, and then some
super soldiers.
Yeah, they make like some robots, and there's like some mechs or whatever. And I'm like, that's cool and everything, but like I like monsters and stuff like that. And
it's more supernatural in Old Blood.
Old Blood, they are straight up zombies. Yeah. Like they're like not conventional zombies, but I can't tell you, man. Like I wrote my final and I was just so like tense for 3 hours, and I came home and I put on the Old Blood, and I was in that giant mech suit where you're just wiping fucking flaming zombies around and there's blood going everywhere. I'm like, this is exactly what I need. I was like loving it so much. So I decided to go and I picked up Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus today, which is the newest one. I look forward to playing that, but I'm kind of on board with the Wolfenstein games. I didn't love the first one.
That's fine.
But with all that, like I was just like, yeah, this is a good time to watch Overlord. So I watched Overlord, and it was great. All right,
I can't wait for you to talk about Bloodborne eventually.
Yeah, because I got Bloodborne as well. Okay, first up, I watched a 4-part documentary series on Amazon Prime called Lorena. Have you guys heard about this?
So said La Lorena?
No.
See.
Lorena. And it's produced by Jordan Peele. And do you guys know who Lorena Bobbitt is?
Yes. Oh, sure do.
Okay, so this is a 4-part documentary series produced by Jordan Peele.
Sorry, I thought you said you watched a documentary based on Amazon Prime.
No.
So that's why I was like, I don't know.
By Amazon Prime.
That's why I was like, I don't know where this is going. Why is it called Lorena? Like,
so this documentary is available on Amazon Prime if you're a subscriber.
There we go.
And it's, yeah, like I said, Jordan Peele produced it. I've heard some people talking about it recently, and I love true crime stuff, and I didn't know a whole lot about Lorena Bobbitt. And okay, so the story is basically of Lorena Bobbitt, who famously cut off her husband John Bobbitt's dick and threw it on the side of the road. So this happened in the 90s, I believe it was. Yeah. So I was too young to even. It happened, like they even touch on it. Happened right around the time of like the Tonya Harding attack and everything. So like it kind of got swept under the rug. But this documentary basically chronicles. Everyone has always made jokes about this because it's easy to make fucking jokes about this. Like she cut her husband's dick off and like threw it by a 7-Eleven.
But the truth is much more disgusting.
It is, but there hasn't been a lot of coverage about it, and people like, especially like news stations, radio shows, like famous celebrities have like commented on this, or like they've sketched it on Saturday Night Live and everything. And it's been always played off as a joke, and what they don't show you is how like what could have happened to make her like cut it to be brought to the lengths to cut off her husband's dick.
They a lot of times treat him as a victim, which in reality she's the victim.
They 100% treat him as a victim, and they have in the past, and he's to an extent still is treated like a victim because a lot of people don't know the full story, and that's why I think this is really it's super entertaining. There are times where it does get depressing, and it's just like it's sad because it's a fucked up story and it's about a fucked up situation. But it's really interesting, and to see how like they have like what's his name, Howard Stern, he put on a fundraiser for John Bobbitt to get his penis enlargement surgery. Like they wanted to help him get his dick enlarged.
Is that the one that botched?
Okay, so that's, I didn't know about anything.
I know like a lot of this. So
yeah, he ended up doing porn and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they also he had tried to do another penis surgery because they had a first one that was successful that he could actually use it like a penis, but he tried to get an enlargement one and it fucked up, so he has no feeling in there and he can't use his dick anymore. Yeah. And the fucked up part is that he is the piece of shit in this story, and he benefited almost the most from it. He had a porn career, he had a ton of fame off of this, and he made a ton of money off of it.
Entirely, and because he's made out to be this like nice guy who's just had a crazy wife. And he's in this documentary frequently, and like by the end of it, you totally like you understand why it's like, fuck, why would he agree to be in this? And then you realize his motives and what kind of person he is and what he's a piece of shit. You can figure out what he's thinking, like about why he would choose to, because most of the time, if you're in, obviously he's clearly not a normal human being, but say you were a normal human being and this happened to you and you know that you did something really fucked up, you're not going to ask to get you're not going to agree to let a camera come to your house and ask you about it again and again. So like it's really interesting. I highly recommend giving it a shot. For the most part, I thought it was really well done, but there was just a couple times where they used the same footage twice, and that always bugs me in documentary series, but I think that they were just trying to get their point across.
Did it happen, like, is it a big chunk or a small chunk? Because you can kind of forgive it if it's a quick snip, and then you're sitting there after going, was that scene used before, or was it like a big...
It was a quick snip, but it was still, like, it was, like, really noticeable.
Think about it,
it was really noticeable, but... I don't know. For the most part, it was really good. I highly recommend giving it a shot.
Did you know that the Bobbit worm is named after Lorena Bobbitt?
That's not true at all.
It is 100% true.
What?
Yes.
What's a bobbit worm then?
We talked about a bobbit worm.
Right. Yeah, and just so you're
Courtney's scared of it.
just a quick heads up too. Courtney, one thing that Courtney and I would have both agreed that we would have loved is some heads up in this documentary when they're going to show you his dick and like you.
Do they show it like off?
They show it off and they show it like they show it off and they show his like stump and they show parts of his surgery. He has one of his pornos is called
Frankenwiener.
Frankenwiener or something, and they show the surgery.
Franken-dick, yeah.
Yeah, they show the surgery of him getting a dick enlargement. And, like, it's wild, but yeah, and you can see his porns everywhere.
Did they talk about the cops who actually found his penis?
And that's the thing is, all these people like they're laughing because like it's hard not to laugh at that.
Yeah, but they had like the one cop who refused to touch the dick because he didn't want to be gay.
What?
Not even joking.
This
Like
was early 90s.
Yeah, he was so like he would stand near it and had like his foot near it, but he would not touch it.
And it was like like time was pressed. They needed to get this dick on ice.
He's like, no, I ain't gay. I ain't doing
It ended up being one of the 7-Eleven guys or something who put it in a hot dog bag.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking hilarious.
He's just like, oh, I'll fucking grab it. We sell worse things here.
Yeah, it's really entertaining, really interesting, and you can power through it. So check that out. Once again, that one's called Lorena. Last and maybe least, I have been searching. I've been on the search for this movie for quite some time. Everyone knows here that I'm a huge fan of Anaconda. I love Anaconda, and it's like it's not even like yes, it is fucking stupid and it's crazy and it's pretty bad, but I genuinely love that movie.
It's a cult classic now.
It's just a great. I think it's a good movie too.
You like it the way I like Valentine.
No, I think I like it more because I think that it's like a good movie. It just so happens to be fucking stupid, but I really like it. I really like that movie. But I got my hands on a DVD copy of Anaconda's Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
I'm surprised you didn't have one already.
I know. Well, do you want to know why? It's because I was like, I want to get it on Blu-ray. But who am I kidding? When is Anaconda's ever going to be on Blu-ray? It's not.
I will bet you fucking money that it is going to come out with a nice 4K restoration.
I'll buy it.
Yeah,
I will buy it. And but either way, this was released in 2004, so this was 7 years after the original. The original had a budget of $45 million, and this one had a budget of $25 million. This one was also directed by Dwight Little, who's the director of Broken Arrow with Christian Slater and John Travolta, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and most importantly, Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home. So that's how he got the job, for sure. It was
this guy was just taking whatever was thrown his way.
He was, but Halloween 4 is, like, I love Halloween 4, and I think it's undeniably one of the better Halloween sequels, for sure. But, so it's cool to realize that, because I've seen this movie before. I saw it in a theater, actually. I went on a date to this movie.
This didn't just go directly?
No, went to the theater, yeah. But after doing some research, this movie had about 10 writers credited on it. So, like, and it's essentially a carbon copy of the original. But this snake is not alone. So
snake.
It also it reminded me that Courtney had never seen the I'm a Snake video.
I'm a snake.
If you for some reason have been living under a rock and have not seen the I'm a Snake video,
that's not relevant anymore. Like,
it hasn't been relevant in like 10 years.
Exactly. That's like a classic meme.
This was before memes.
There's people who haven't seen it. Like there's people who still. You mentioned like badger.
Yeah.
There's still people who haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
I feel like that can be left in the past.
No.
Yeah, I think that can. But I think I'm a Snake is essential viewing. Like, I think you need to to live a proper life. You need to have seen I'm a Snake.
That, and anyone out there right now is listening, go watch The Lima Bean Man by Jack Strawberry.
Yeah, I love it. That's my current favorite I'm a Snake. But either way, Google or YouTube, I'm a Snake. Okay, well, yeah, so basically the scientists / pharmaceutical engineers discover a rare plant that essentially has the health benefits equivalent to the fountain of youth. Their words, not mine. Like, that's actually the plot of this movie, is that these, like, I think they're scientists or pharmaceutical engineers, are on the hunt for the blood orchid, which is found in the
It's kind of like the Deep Blue Sea almost.
It is.
They need to harvest the thing.
It is. And it's, so they, of course, have this ragtag bunch of hooligans that they get together. They're just a big old group of walking cliches.
Okay, sorry, not clear. Did anyone return from the first one? I can't remember.
No.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
No one returned, but there's one part where one of the characters, like, describes everything that happened in the first movie and be like, my friend had a buddy who this happened to.
Oh, the friend of a friend of mine thing?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And also, while I'm on talking about that, they take the exact script from the first one for a part where they're like, what was that? It was an anaconda. You telling me there's snakes out there this big? Like, someone actually says that. Those same fucking lines. It's hilarious. But either way, this big old group of cliches needs to find a guide to take them down the Amazon River because it's rainy season. They can't find a proper captain to take them to try and find this blood orchid. So that brings them to Mesh T-shirt Chad is who I'm going to call him. So this guy is, he's the only motherfucker who's crazy enough to help these people out. He's got a mesh T-shirt. He's got Korean lettering tattoos. Like, you know, like
what's his pants game like?
The cargo.
Cargo. I was going to say cargo.
He's a cargo
man.
guy. Yeah.
This guy's ready for anything.
Yeah, like he's got a tribal tattoo mixed. He's got like the tribal / Korean tattoo combo, like where it's like, this means resilience.
And this is really, a koi fish.
Yeah. It means barbecue.
Yeah, really, it means salt and vinegar chips. Okay, so yeah, like, so this guy takes this group down. It's basically the same thing as the original, but this homeboy literally jumps into the fucking river and wrestles an alligator. There's a scene where he's trying to rescue someone because an alligator's attacking, and they're showing how alpha this dude is, and he's wrestling the fuck out of this alligator, and he shanks him with a knife and kills him. And then, of course, you see that, like, the anaconda comes out and eats that, so it's like, oh, there's a bigger threat. There's always a bigger fish. But yeah, like when they realize that one of them has been attacked, I'm trying to look through my notes here, but
what's the CGI like in this movie?
It's not bad. Oh. It's bad, but it's not that bad. I'm just gonna say I like this movie.
Scream?
Yeah, they do, and they got big sharp teeth.
Hell yeah.
No, okay, so I like this movie. Like, it's not as good as the first one, obviously, but it's entertaining enough, and it's worth a watch. I gave it a 2.5 on Letterboxd, so, like, I'm not going to say
Generous.
It's a good movie. It's not a good movie.
That's a 50%.
I think you would like. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
And
I've seen up to, how many is there? I think.
You watched the David Hasselhoff one? Even I haven't seen the David Hasselhoff one.
I watched more than 1 and 2.
Because there's 4 of them.
Yeah, this one's not bad. There's a dramatic plunge between 2 and 3.
Oh, for sure. Because it's David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're 1 and 2.
And this had a theatrical release.
Yeah, they're fairly complimentary. And obviously it would, because it made so much money. Like, Anaconda was still in kind of the rhetoric when that movie came out.
Yeah, like Anaconda made enough money, and Anaconda's actually made some money as well. But like, it is just the classic scenario of like, oh, well, Aliens was like Alien, but there was more of them, and it was kind of like an action movie. They did the same thing with this one.
Yeah.
So there's multiple snakes, and it's just pretty bonkers. But there's like, it's one of the most like predictable fucking movies, like all of these are. But I miss these nature run amok movies. Like, I really want, like, the last one that comes to mind is Backcountry. Really, that's like that. But Backcountry is of such higher quality.
I do really miss the nature run amok.
I love stuff like that. So I don't know. Courtney and I had a good time watching it. But just so you know, like clearly the catch to this movie is these snakes have been eating this blood orchid, so it's making them live. They live for so much longer, so that's how they've gotten so much bigger. Big, yeah. And there's actually, like, there's a snake pit. There's like, oh my god, there's so much funny shit in this movie, but it is just, it's entertaining.
I don't understand why they went that route for what the blood orchid could do, because they could literally have just stolen the idea from Deep Blue Sea, where it cures cancer or something else. I hate the idea of it's a fountain of youth.
Well, it's because it's going to help people, like, it's basically reverse aging and shit. Like, it's stupid, but I do miss when we would get Hollywood movies this fucking stupid. Like, I would take one of these over.
It had those movies kind of had a certain kind of charm that was maybe missed with, like, The Meg.
Yeah,
it was missing that charm.
If The Meg had, like we say, an R rating, I still like The Meg, but
it was missing something.
Exactly. Like, I put Anacondas pretty much on par with Meg. Like,
okay, Anaconda's more, but yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, that's everything that I saw. So we can get on to news, which I have a whole bunch this week, unless you do too. Okay, so we'll talk about it. We will be right back with news. So, Boozy, can you please hit us with some motherfucking newsies?
What's up, Terror Table listeners? It's your boy Young Coochie, aka Dr. Nutterbutt, aka Big Stinky, aka YBN Dry Hump, aka Spaghetti Piss Boy, aka Little Consensual Sex, aka ASAP Student Loan, aka NWA2, this time it's personal, aka Cheese McSteez the Cheeto Bandit. And it's news time.
I love ASAP Student Loan. Spaghetti Piss Boy. That sounds like an actual fucking thing that someone would get tattooed underneath their eye.
YBN peanut butter? Is that like YBN Millie?
Yeah. Excuse me, just 1 second. I know, sorry to interrupt. I know that you say you're going to take this, but I just want to start news off with one piece of news because it's not, okay. The Saskatoon Summer Players is putting on a production of Little Shop of Horrors this summer, and my big sister, former guest of the show and future guest on next episode, is doing all of the special makeup effects. So she did tell you?
Yeah. Okay. She told us on the episode.
Yeah. No, she was doing Sweeney Todd.
No, she talked about it though.
Okay. Either way, she told me to text you and let you know. Yeah, she told me to text.
I'm definitely gonna go.
So I said that, like, I didn't tell her this, but I was gonna say it on air because she listens to every episode. But I'm really excited for that. So we will all get tickets if you want to come. Like,
when is it?
It'll be in the summer.
Yeah, we'll all hold hands.
Yeah, but Boozy loves Little Shop of Horrors, and Tara's doing all the special makeup effects. So that is awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's do some news. Okay. Do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah? Okay.
Is that
do you like Monopoly and or Clue?
No.
Okay, this is not
Oh, okay. Well, there's it themed coming out this year.
They're both great. And I even talked to Courtney about this. I said we are obviously going to get these, but we have the Monopoly Stranger Things, which is actually awesome, and we have Harry Potter Clue, which is amazing.
But Edna Krabappoli.
Yeah.
This one Mitch probably won't like, but Neil Marshall's Hellboy has landed an R rating. And Mitch, you don't like the new Hellboy.
No, I think it's fucking stupid because Hellboy doesn't need to be R-rated. Hellboy isn't an R-rated character. And the fact that they're like, everyone's like, oh, thank God, they're finally going to honor Hellboy and they're going to make Hellboy the way he's supposed to be. So like, if you ever fucking touched a Hellboy book, you know that the violence is not even remotely the first thing on the menu. It's fucking stupid. And that trailer is god-awful. And I love Neil Marshall, and obviously, like, I love Hellboy, and I'm still gonna go see this movie, but like, I just want to get it over with, because you watched the trailer, hey?
Yeah.
Or wait, and because they turned it to Hellboy, Deadpool, Dead Boy.
But I also said if I was as big a fan as you, I'd probably agree. But since I'm not.
Exactly.
I've never been a big Hellboy fan. I think it looks. But the thing is,
you're not that invested.
Even I can tell. I'm like, this doesn't seem right. Like when I watch the trailer,
yeah, I think
it looks fun and dumb.
And I like David Harbour a lot, and I think that him as Hellboy looks cool. Like, I remember when they released the poster of just David Harbour on the cover. I'm like, holy fuck, this kid looks amazing. And then at the bottom it says the tagline was legendary AF. I'm like, oh my god, like seriously, like Mick Mignola, like his Hellboy stories, they're like poetry. So to see legendary AF is just like, holy fuck. Like, this is all of my worst dreams come true. And yeah, I've
everything
like being realistic, I've probably spent about upwards of $1,000 on
you have
Hellboy
those
stuff.
big collections.
Yes. I love Hellboy, and I do like the Guillermo del Toro ones quite a bit, but like, I'm still going to see this, but it just continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have a heart attack here. I'm like running out of breath.
All right, so today, on this very day, you can do this right now or whenever you are listening. There is a animated series based on Alien Isolation, surrounded by Amanda Ripley, and you can watch them all for free on IGN, I believe.
Yes.
They're all out there.
I feel like those fucking grown idiots who are like, this isn't my Ghostbusters. I'm sorry, I'm back to Hellboy. Like the people who the people who are freaking out. I'm like, I don't want to come across as one of those people. Like, and I think it's just because I have a microphone in front of me now. Now I'm like, forever people are going to know that I'm an idiot, and I actually am very passionate about that. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, well,
please, doctor, give me something.
This isn't even a Ghostbusters scenario though.
No, it's not, because Ghostbusters is so much bigger.
Well,
like,
and the thing is, like, they had 2 movies in the 80s, whereas Hellboy had 2 movies in the late
yeah, like
2000s.
semi-recently. Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to clarify that. So
do you have any other Hellboy?
No,
things
nothing
okay.
today. Okay, we'll check back next week.
Okay. Are you guys planning on watching this or checking out? Did you guys play
Yeah.
Alien Isolation?
I played it.
I still haven't played it, and which is ridiculous
Hey, you're
because
on a big video game kick, you might as well.
It's
Yeah, well, not only
the best
that-
Alien
It'll
game.
probably
I
be super
love-
cheap too.
oh yeah, it is. But I fucking love it. Like, even on Courtney's birthday, we almost watched Alien, but we're gonna do it this weekend. But like, it's like whenever I think about, like, we should watch a classic, like a movie that we know is gonna be awesome, Alien is always the first that comes to mind. Like, that movie's so fucking perfect. But I want to watch this Alien business on IGN, but I just haven't yet.
Okay. It might help you if you go and check out. You don't have to play the game, but just check out what the story is.
I'll
'Cause
play
they have
it
all the
first.
cutscenes or something, because they do give a lot of backstory, and they do write by how a xenomorph should be. It's just one xenomorph on a ship, and it's terrifying to play with because the AI is so smart.
I thought it would be boring.
It's so cool.
Okay, so because that's
Very intense.
yeah.
It's scary a lot of times. You literally go and hide under things because you don't know what to do.
Well, it's one of those things where I'm like, yes, I love Alien, but how much do I love the idea of an Alien video game like that? Like, Colonial Marines looked amazing, obviously.
It did,
There's
but
nothing like
No.
Oh, I know
Nothing.
that. I know. But you know what I mean? Like, I was hesitant. I was like, I don't know if I like the video game
I
version
really
of
like
this.
the Alien vs Predator video games where you could choose the campaign.
They
of
were
the
like
soldier, the-
Command and Conquer.
What?
They were kind of like, there's an Alien vs Predator
Yeah, they
game.
probably made an RTS. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
oh,
It
you're
was,
talking about Extinction.
Yeah.
That's the top-down one. Yes,
I loved
it's
it just
RTS.
because I love
own that one.
StarCraft.
It's super
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, I loved Alien vs Predator, like the original ones on PC, where you had a campaign where you could be the alien, you could be the soldier.
Well,
you
even
could
the
be a
console
predator.
ones,
And then you start as a chest burster, and you gotta attach someone's face and give pregnant.
And that, kids, is how babies are born.
Speaking of aliens, we're finally getting our 4K Ultra HD restoration of it coming out in April. So that's exciting. I'm probably
And
going
it's-
to get it, even though I don't have any 4K technology in
And
my
it's not an
household.
April
We
Fool's
both
Day.
will eventually. So that's you're putting
it's for
stock
future,
in,
yeah,
You're
it's-
putting stock in your future. This
Future
is
me will be happy.
exactly.
Give it another year, and 4K TVs will be super cheap because you're gonna have 8Ks.
But the next TV we buy is a 4K, hands down.
Brrrah.
Exactly. I agree. I concur.
Rest in peace to actor Charles Craig from Night of the Living Dead, who passed away.
Yeah.
Dude lived a long fucking life,
He sure did.
which is something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
I know. That's why even while Courtney and I were watching Anacondas, like, why do these people want to live longer?
Next up, this one is kind of exciting. Adam Robitaille will be returning to direct Escape Room 2, which
Yeah.
we kind of predicted it would happen,
Well,
and
for
they
sure.
did set up for one.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
I'm still a little surprised, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that it's one of those movies that I would be okay with it. Like, it's definitely ripe for a sequel.
Sleeper hit.
Huh?
Sleeper hit.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that. Like, it's just, it's
serviceable.
Just good.
Sleeper
Yeah.
okay movie.
Yeah. It's
But
fun.
is this going to become a yearly thing, though?
I doubt it. Like, I don't.
Are they putting that kind of stock in their franchise?
I still want to see Escape Room. We got to go to an Escape Room. They have a new one downtown, hey?
Yeah, I really want to. Yeah. Oh, it's
Right
right.
beside
Yeah.
Flint.
Yeah.
And
13,
they,
yeah.
They have 13 passed away.
It's like really classy.
Yeah, well,
That's what this escape room looks like.
except they also
actually.
have it's an escape room, but they also it's licensed so you can drink, and they also have axe throwing, so it's not
All at
a
the
good
same
idea.
time.
Yeah,
Which is a really great idea. You're like, guys, let's throw some axes, let's get some brews, let's go back to throwing axes and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. And see if we can get out alive.
Yeah. If you didn't like KFC enough, well, Peter Weller is RoboCop KFC Captain.
I love it. I
It's
love it.
amazing.
I love it. I
He's
love
the
it. I love
Colonel.
it. I know. I love it. Like, for those of you, for some reason, I haven't talked about this nearly enough on this podcast, but RoboCop is one of my favorite movies, and it is one of the best movies ever made.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yes. It really is one of the best movies ever made. If you haven't seen RoboCop, do yourself a favor and go watch fucking RoboCop. It is a religious experience. It is where I learned how to swear. It is where I learned everything valuable in my life I learned from RoboCop. But the fact that he is now the Colonel is...
Okay, yeah, but if a year ago, if I just threw it this random, like if I was
No.
a Terminator, a time-traveling Terminator, but all I came back was to give you guys useless information.
It's a
I was
Hard
like,
Times article.
Yeah, it
Like,
totally
It
is.
seems like an Onion
It
article or
sounds like
something.
something I would just say randomly to
Yeah.
fuck around.
It's too self-aware.
But aren't they doing a different one like every month?
I think something like that.
Just social media for fast food places is just fucking off the goddamn wall.
It's awesome.
Especially Twitter.
I love it.
Wendy's
it,
rules.
Yeah. It's just so insane.
This one's not entirely horror, but Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson reunite for this summer's Twins of Evil tour, which will be coming to our city, oddly enough.
Already got my tickets.
Did you?
Really?
No.
Yeah. I was like about to say, I would literally rather cut my dick off.
I feel like half of that show would be good.
The Rob Zombie half?
Manson?
Yeah.
No, I've seen.
Manson's not competent anymore. He's dying in front of us.
If I were to go to that show, it would be for Manson.
Well, see,
and I don't like Manson.
Man, the thing is, like, when I saw Slayer and Rob Zombie, and the thing is, it's Rob Zombie's music is whatever now, but his stage show is just so fucking cool.
Exactly.
I left. I saw
Rob Zombie and Slayer?
No, it was Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. Oh. And I saw Alice Cooper because I see him every time he comes through here. And when Rob Zombie, we were 20 minutes into Rob Zombie set, and I was like, I can't do this. I fucking hated it so much.
The music or
the music and the whole stage, like he was like had a shrine for like Jeffrey Dahmer and Charles Manson and everything, and it was like, okay, edgelord.
Oh, he didn't have that when I saw.
Oh yeah, it was bad, man. And the thing is, it didn't help that I was surrounded by skinheads throwing pilsners around. Like it was just like, I'm like, this is fucking disgusting.
See, when I saw him with Slayer, he walked around in a giant robot.
Yeah, he did that for the song of the giant robot.
Yeah,
giant robot women are from Mars.
And then he had like projections of tits everywhere, but he didn't have it.
He did that too.
He didn't have a Jeffrey Dahmer shrine or anything. But the funny thing is, he had such a cool stage show on pyro and everything, and then Slayer took 45 minutes to set up, and all they had was a styrofoam eagle.
I would so much rather see Slayer though.
I walked out. I left for Slayer.
I like that you guys just did like a flip
I would
on what
pit my fucking brains out to Raining Blood.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't have floor tickets though. But I did see Slayer at Bonnaroo a few years later.
Was it great?
It was awesome.
Yeah,
but that's because it was at music festival outside, right?
Fucking Slayer.
Okay, but like, this is legit. I have a Deadpool going on with a couple of my friends. Like, Marilyn Manson is top of the list.
Man, he's not that bad. It's just you're seeing him without makeup for the first time.
No, not without makeup.
He's sick.
He is ill. He is deteriorating in front of audiences because they won't take him out of tour because he's a cash cow.
Maybe God is listening to my prayers.
It's kind of
maybe he is listening.
It's kind of, I don't know if you guys know too much about it, but how like Scott Weiland, basically like towards the end he was such a mess, but that people just
he
kept
basically
pushing him
had
out.
A needle in his arm.
Yeah, but people kept pushing him out the door like you're a cash cow for a lot of people. Go do these tours, and like he was not well, and he died on tour, and that's the problem. Mm-hmm. So as much as I'm joking about Marilyn Manson dying, like he is in serious trouble.
Yeah. See, I don't know that much. I know that I do. It's like a secret that I enjoy a couple of Manson songs. Like there are a couple Manson songs. Yeah, there's a couple that I like, especially from his earlier stuff. And I do think that I think
Hollywood's a good album.
Well, I think he's an interesting act, but I would never spend. I'm like, how much would I spend on this?
Yeah.
I think to see Manson, I'm at about $12.
And that's fair.
Yeah, like just for me personally. But
tickets are $12. So.
Oh my god, if they're $12, I'm going. I'll buy two.
Sorry, I'll go back to movie news now. Warner Bros. Did some reshuffling of their schedule. Annabelle 3 has moved from July 3rd to June 28th.
I got news on that.
Got him.
Listener and friend Anna Hamill, who's Macabre Productions on Instagram. Yeah, she and I actually I forgot to talk about that. I watched her short film. It's called Reap. Either way, Anna Hamill lives in LA. She's a filmmaker. She makes primarily shorts right now, but her latest short film Reap is really good. If you want to check it out, it's on YouTube.
Reap and Breep?
Yeah.
Reap.
Okay, Reap. Okay.
Reap.
I swear he said Breep.
You heard it too. Okay.
But either way, she her and I are like DM buddies. Like we talk every once in a while, and she saw Halloween 2018 before they made all the cuts.
She does like those
like she gets to go to all those screeners
like
and
the
stuff.
Audience test screenings.
Yeah, and she went to Annabelle 3 and she fucking loved it. And she said it's the best one for sure. Like she liked it way more than 2. I was like, I don't think 2.
1 should even be talked about.
No,
really.
but I love 2. But she was just like she was shocked by how much she liked. She's like she was generally shocked by how much she enjoyed Annabelle 3. And this is like, it's not done yet.
Yeah, you know when people talk about movies getting shuffled because they're not that good, so they kind of get dumped to certain areas, I feel like this movie, if it is that good, it's getting switched to not compete with Spider-Man, which is a good idea for it as a film. And with that being said, also, the sequel to 47 Meters Down is being moved from June 28th to August 16th as well. Yeah. So whether that's a thing of it doesn't want to compete with something as well, or it's just not that great a movie, I will yet to find that out.
We'll see.
The Glass. We recently did an episode on Glass. That'll be coming out. The home edition will be coming out in April, and it's got loads of special features. And I don't know, pick it up if you're interested.
I'll pick it up.
I'm gonna buy it day one.
And I
didn't even like it.
I think I liked it more than you two. I said it was. I agreed most part.
I think I liked it the least.
Probably.
I think so. I don't feel like I was that hard on it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hard on.
And Shudder is getting a Critters TV series, which is really exciting.
And isn't it called like The New Binge or something?
A New Binge, yeah. And it's gonna be. It comes out March 21st. I watched the trailer today. Did you guys watch the trailer?
I haven't watched it.
Okay, but are you guys Critters fans?
I have a weird like for Critter. I think because it gets lumped in with like so many other things.
Well, it's a Gremlins ripoff.
Yeah, exactly. It gets lumped in with a lot of the, like Ghoulies and that sort of thing. I feel like
it's definitely better than Ghoulies.
Yeah, but all those movies came out at the same time. I know you guys just keep adding more. I'm just trying to say they're all in that same
like the craze of weird little monsters.
Yeah,
and the thing is, like, they're such fucking goofy movies, and like this one looks like it's 100%. It's just like, what if Critters was made in 2018? That's what it looks like. Because, like, with the same amount of money and everything, too. Like, it looks pretty cheap, but the thing is, it looks a lot practical. There's a lot of, like, computer effects to change people's faces that, like, it's pretty corny. It's
if it's
sci-fi
fun,
made it.
I'll definitely check it out if it's fun.
I'm in.
From what I've seen, it doesn't look like something you guys are going to love, but I hope I'm wrong. But, like, it kind of, like, I don't know, with the whole Ash vs. Evil Dead, I love Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm going to watch this. Clearly, I don't love Critters as much as I love Evil Dead and stuff like that. But I think that it doesn't look that. Like, there's already a GIF of a critter smoking, so I'm happy with it. Like, it served its purpose.
Yeah, that's all I got. I think, Mitch, you got some more stuff?
Yeah, I got a couple things. So, Jessica Chastain claims that there is the most blood that has ever been in a single scene of a horror movie in It Chapter 2. That is also coming. She's talked about this on Jimmy Kimmel, I think it was. What's his name? Fucking Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
Jimbo Fallington.
Yeah, and the guy from Fever Pitch. But she talked about that. Apparently someone on set told her that was the most blood that has ever been in a movie. She was apparently pulling out blood from her eyeballs the next day. Like, she had like crusties and everything like that. I also saw a picture, and she had some blood on her, but she didn't have a whole bunch of blood on her. I don't know which scene they're
talking. Maybe that was unrelated blood, honestly. We don't know.
No, Let's
speculate.
It's because Andy Muschietti shared the picture. He's like, everyone who heard Jessica Chastain talk about this, can anyone guess which scene she was referring to? And there's a picture of him and her, and she had some blood on her or whatever. Either way, what makes me excited about that is that we know that it's practical blood.
The thing that it's hard to...
she does not know about like, Dead Alive and Brain Dead and even
Evil Dead. Literally rains blood.
It's literally raining blood for like 20 minutes.
The only way I could see it beating that is if there's like a blood ocean.
Blood. A blotion?
If it was a blotion and there was and it was raining blood and there was fountains shooting blood, like that's the only way. Like, how can you top Evil Dead?
At the same time, it's like, as much as I love Evil Dead and I love the blood, I feel like it's cheating when it takes the blood.
It does kind of.
Because when you look at Brain Dead and there's the most blood because it does so much different shit.
No, there's lawnmowers cutting up zombies.
But that's not even the only kill.
You know exactly. I mean?
Yeah. Whereas I love Evil Dead and I love that, but it's like, I guess technically it's the most blood now because it's really
either way. I don't mean to be bringing a negative spin to this. I don't mean to be bringing a negative spin to the whole.
It makes me excited.
Yeah, it just makes me excited knowing that there's going to be a whole lot of blood in the movie. What are you laughing about? Is it spaghetti? Is that what you're doing?
It's just like, I don't know why that gesture just got me.
Okay, it's audio podcast.
I'm sorry. He was gesturing and I found it amusing.
Okay, Candyman has been cast. So Yahya Abdul Mateen II is now cast to play Candyman in the upcoming Jordan Peele produced Candyman remake. This is one that I am very, very excited about.
Who is this guy?
He plays Black Manta in Aquaman.
Oh yeah,
he's really good in Aquaman, and
As long as it's not Juicy Smollett, well, then we're okay.
Oh my god, fuck that guy. Okay, either way, it's this guy, I've only seen him in Aquaman, so that's all I can comment on. All I know is that he was very competent in that, and Tony Todd has given his blessing about all this, and
I just imagine he's sitting on a throne of money, and it's like
Tony Todd?
Yeah, no, but okay, follow me on this one. What's that dragon?
Monopoly
What's
money.
that dragon from The Hobbit? The
Smaug.
Yeah, he's sitting in a room like that, and the door cracks. It's one of like a massive door cracks open,
and bees start flying out his mouth.
No. Okay, follow me on this one. And this guy, this like PR guy, comes running in, and it's really silent here. So I hear like, and he's like, "Tony, we have a new Candyman," and he's like, "I bless him," and that's it. Okay. And then bees fly around.
Thank you for setting the scene.
I was trying to do my ASMR there.
That sounded good. I like that.
That is good. Do it again, one more time.
Oh, you gotta do it with the movie.
It sounds like the kid playing the spoons in Mimic. Either way, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the Candyman remake, and I think that he's definitely a good cast. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I just know that I love that movie, like the original Candyman.
I hope that when they do this new one, that it's more like violent and kind of up with today's standards.
The original's still pretty violent. You gotta watch the original again. It's so good.
I'm worried that it might go in kind of a campy route because they don't know what to do with the property.
Is Jordan Peele's directing or just producing?
He's producing, but I feel like an asshole not knowing who. I'm gonna look it up right now because I want to make sure I mention it because it's a female director and
as long as it's not Juicy Smollett.
Who? Stop!
I don't know who that is.
He's the. We'll talk about it after the show.
Okay.
He's just explain it while I'm looking this up.
He was the actor from Empire. He's gay. He's a black gay actor from Empire, and he
staged a hate crime.
He staged a hate crime.
How have you not heard about this?
It got a lot of like so there was a hate crime done on him.
Okay.
It got a lot of news because like fuck, like this is a
he got his ass kicked.
B-level high profile actor. Yeah. He got his ass kicked. He got bleach thrown on him. He was in the hospital, and people were like, "Holy shit!" Like,
and they put a noose around his neck and screamed, "This is America, make America great again, country."
Yeah.
Oh, you mean MAGA?
Yeah, but this is MAGA country.
Turns out he staged the whole thing.
He staged it to further his career.
Really?
Yeah.
So see if it's not in a meme, then I won't go looking for the source material.
That's how he gets his news.
Unless somebody starts memeing this motherfucker,
and if it's not all explained in the headline, don't count on it being touched on in Boozy's news. Okay, so Nia DaCosta is the director of Candyman. It looks like she did a movie called Little Woods in 2018. Either way, I have heard
that's the story about our penises.
Little Woods. Apparently. So Candyman it's coming out in 2020, is a spiritual sequel to the 1992 horror film Candyman and returns to the now gentrified Chicago neighborhood where the legend began. Either way, I just pretty much, if you put Jordan Peele's name on something right now, I trust that there's going to be quality because he hasn't fucked up in any capacity in his career.
His name value is still very high.
Yeah, and even like his name being touched onto Lorena made me watch it immediately, just knowing that he put his stamp of approval on it. I just know that he brings a level of quality that
which is nice to see that you're seeing more and more people come through like that where you can count on their name meaning something.
Exactly. Like when Stephen King tells me that a movie's great, I just will fully believe him.
Or when everyone thinks that every movie is James Wan's because his name is somewhere near it.
Exactly. I like how there's another James Wan too that people always compare him to. Yeah. Okay, well, I got one last piece of news, and that is that Ari Aster's new horror film, Midsummer, is set to release on August 9th, 2019. Director of Hereditary.
That's my birthday.
Is it?
Yeah,
well, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. His new horror film, Midsummer, is coming out.
Okay,
August
so we're all amped for this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
The poster came out today. I believe it was today.
Have you guys have you heard of the movie? Have you seen the movie? Have you heard,
Are you okay?
A Midsummer Night's Dream?
Hole in the floor, hole in the ground?
I haven't seen it yet, but I do know about it.
I haven't seen the movie. I don't think the movie's out. But
have you seen? Have you heard? Have you seen?
You know what's funny is that's actually that since this is our last piece of news, that's a perfect segue into our main feature because that's actually an Irish film.
Is it?
And so is Rawhead Rex. But yeah, either I'm gonna before we move on, I'm just gonna read the synopsis. If for some reason you don't know about Midsummer yet, the synopsis so far is: a young woman reluctantly joins her boyfriend on a summer trip where things quickly go awry. And it's starring Will Poulter, Florence Pugh, William Jackson Harper, and Jack Rayner.
Will Poulter, the original.
They got Jack Rayner, guys.
Jack Rayner from Transformers 4?
Yeah, dude.
Is that him? I think that's him.
Yeah. Jackson Rainington.
Yeah.
This is his short name.
I need to find out if this is the guy from Transformers 4, if I'm a big asshole. I don't think it's him. Oh, no, it's him. It's him. Shane Dyson, Age of Extinction. Okay, either way, it looks great. And from what I've heard, it's a cult movie. So I'm very stoked. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to our main feature, which is the Irish film released in 1986, Diego's pick.
Rawhead Rex.
It's Rex Manning Day.
My soul wasn't human. Oh my God! It was very tall. What's more, it saw me. This thing.
Rawhead Rex.
Welcome to our main feature presentation, in which we are discussing Diego's pick of the week, Rawhead Rex, which was written by Clive Barker, who is obviously known as the writer of Hellraiser / the book The Hellbound Heart, Nightbreed, Candyman, Lord of Illusions, The Midnight Meat Train, and tons of other literary horrors.
I love Midnight Meat Train.
Like, I still haven't seen
favorite
Midnight Meat
pizza.
Train. Yeah, it's my favorite pizza at 13 Pies, for sure.
It's great, but it's also not great.
Okay, I want to watch it, though.
It's worth a watch.
Bradley
Definitely worth a
Cooper's
watch.
in it.
I know. And I remember when we already talked about Midnight Meat Train before we were talking about Rawhead Rex, but when I was dating my first girlfriend, Cassandra, at the time, we would go and rent.
You gave her the Midnight Meat Train?
Ayo.
Give me a fucking high five.
Wait, no, do a better one. This is ASMR high five. There you go.
No, there was one of those movies where we were just like, we saw the cover at Blockbuster, we're like, fuck it, let's pick this. And we put the movie in, and like one of the first things you see is Bradley Cooper's face, and we were like, what the fuck? Because we didn't look at who was in it or anything.
But he wasn't even like a thing.
No,
then. This is before The Hangover.
This was, I think it was right after The Hangover.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll look
because this
it
is
up.
when he started landing. Like,
Are you just thinking about what? Like, sorry, Boozy's scratching his head. He looks like he's really
Sorry,
distraught. Are you thinking about him in love with Lady Gaga right now?
No, it's worse than that. I forgot to announce this during news. Lock up your women. Ryan Gosling is on the loose.
I don't believe that.
He's on the fucking loose.
But he has kids with one of the most gorgeous women
Nobody
on
cares
earth.
about
he's
having
got
kids.
With the most gorgeous woman on earth.
That's the most gorgeous woman on
Eva
earth.
Mendes is one of them.
Evil Mendez is not.
Eva Mendes is one of them.
She's one of them.
She's
One of
definitely one of
No,
them.
he's on the loose. That dude's gonna destroy.
But you saw that on the cover of People magazine.
Courtney!
Hide Courtney. Get her.
Courtney! Ryan Gosling is free.
Get back in the cage.
He's on the loose. You're not leaving the house tomorrow. You're locked.
You're on lockdown until further
He's
notice.
single. Until he's in a relationship, consider your social life done. Bye. Bye, social life.
Oh,
sorry.
So anyway, Rawhead
got that.
Rex.
See, that is the right response that I need to hear when I hear. Okay, anyway, go on. We're doing Rawhead Rex.
All right, so this was directed by George Pablo, who also directed Clive's other script for Underworld, which was also known as Transmutations. The synopsis is: Ireland will never be the same after Rawhead Rex, a particularly nasty demon. He is released from his underground prison by an unwitting farmer. The film follows Rex's cross-country rampage while a man struggles to stop it. All right, so let's start off with this. Diego, why did you choose this movie for our creature feature series?
I think I mentioned this last episode I was on, because you said you want. I don't remember if we were recording when you said this or if we weren't. But you said you wanted us to think of whenever we bring up a new movie to watch, to actually have a reason why.
Yeah.
I just thought he looked cool.
He looks like you.
What?
Like, well, he has the mohawk. Like, Diego's currently rocking a pink mohawk. And he looks like, his name even sounds like what would be your porn name.
Rawhead Rex. The movie sounds
Raw Dog Rex.
Raw dog sex. That should be the porn. No, I didn't know anything about this movie really, other than that there was a demon
and Clive Barker's name
and
attached.
Clive Barker. I just remember always seeing. There's a poster where it's like it's this freeze frame of him jumping out of the ground, and I was like, that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the film has developed a loyal cult following since its inception in 1986. However, Clive Barker has famously not been pleased with the end result of this movie, which led him to take more creative control when it came to Hellraiser, which he directed the following year. That was the first movie that he directed, was Hellraiser, which is
in 1987.
Fantastic film.
This movie was only an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay. We're going to talk about that. Okay, so you just thought he looked cool, and you wanted an excuse to watch it.
Yes.
And
that's like 6-year-old logic. Why did you pick this?
You know
it
what?
looked cool.
No, but I'm totally down with it. Because also, like, I hadn't seen any of these movies starting this. I hadn't seen Sleepwalkers. I haven't seen Splinter. And so I think Boozy was the only one. You had seen Splinter beforehand. But
I
like,
feel shitty for picking that.
No, don't feel shitty. Like, but I'm happy that we kind of thought a little bit outside the box for creature feature, like a creature feature series. Rawhead Rex. Like, I really wanted to see this movie, so I was happy to be given an opportunity to see it. So how about we get into what we thought about this little thing? Who wants to go first?
Actually, you know what? Boozy can go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate having to start off. I did not like this. This was awful. You know what? It wasn't like me. I don't even know. I want to wait till hear what Mitch said. But maybe it's a thing where if you watch it with somebody else, it gets better.
Watch it alone.
Okay, I watched this movie alone at like 10 o'clock, and I had no fun watching it, and it makes me hate Ireland.
Wow.
Because they're all like, oh, boy, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna kiss this girl. Shut up, boy. And I fucking hated everyone.
I want to hear Ireland's impressions of Canadians because, like, oh, let's
shut up, boy.
Let's go to Tim Hortons, mate. Grab some fucking poutine. It's pretty much the same.
A person I know is dating an American, and he always says, "Did you go get?" He's American. Go get some Tim Bites.
Tim Bites.
Yeah, he thinks they're called Tim Bites.
Oh my god, what a fucking idiot!
Yeah, right?
What a stupid idiot. Okay, so
Dwight was just in Toronto. He had Tim Hortons. He's posted he was trying out the local cuisine.
And Tim Hortons is like the worst we have to offer. Yeah. Tim Hortons
it's
is
the most franchise thing we have to offer.
Not only that, okay, so let's get that out of the way here. Tim Hortons is fucking terrible.
It's one of those.
I have it every day, and it's horrible.
Because it's like smoking.
Holy shit! It is.
It is. You have no other option.
That's like there was that urban legend that they used to put nicotine in their ice caps, and that's why they were so addicting.
Yeah. Oh, is that an urban legend? Because like those were like
either that or it's true.
So the ice caps are good. That is it. Like even like I get a donut sometimes. Their donuts are fine. It's hard to make a terrible donut. But fuck me, is Tim Hortons have the worst food and the worst coffee on earth.
And bad service usually.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah. It's awful.
They always forget something or fuck something up.
Yeah, they do. They're way worse than McDonald's.
Going back to Rawhead Rex, I thought the idea for what the character looked like on like in stills, it kind of masks some of it. It looks like somebody's weird fuck doll. Like a giant fuck doll.
He looks like if Donkey Kong was real, but also crossed with Sonic the Hedgehog and was really mad.
Yeah, actually.
Honestly, to me, he looks like when you nut and she keeps sucking. Like that's what this like his look is like. He's freeze framed in that at all times. He's chronically nutting. But I don't.
Okay, that's all I had to say for that.
All right, do you want to go next, Diego?
I want him to go last. No, you go next. It's his movie. He goes last.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well,
those are the rules that we've always followed.
Is it?
That we make up along the way.
All right. Okay, so what I thought of this thing. So this I did watch by myself. I didn't watch this.
Surprising.
I knew
Courtney
that
was sleeping.
I knew that this was. She's been on a big gym kick lately. So I was like, "You go to the gym. I'll sit on the couch and I'll watch Rawhead
I'll
Rex."
hold down the fort.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, I know." Like, I'm like, "This is gonna be one of those times, Courtney, where you're gonna think that you want to watch this, but you really don't." Like, this is. I can already tell that. But basically, how I felt about this movie is that I do love the idea of the movie, and I think that the story has potential to be very creepy. This is the kind of movie that would have scared the shit out of me as a kid. Because let's lay the groundwork here. So the movies that really traumatized me as a kid were always monster movies, but like starting with Ernest Scared Stupid. Like the monster and the prosthetic makeup, I thought is fucking terrifying. Even like Jeepers Creepers was the other movie that scared the living fuck out of me. Just monsters, for some reason, have always been the thing that scare me. And American Werewolf in London. But like you can feel how chaotic and messy the production of this movie was. You can feel that this was not ready to be filmed. And after looking it up, I found out that it wasn't. Like, and it was like they had like 2 weeks to make this prosthetic.
You could also feel that most of the people in there were not actors.
No.
I didn't think that the acting was that bad in this movie. I
Really?
really didn't.
Do you remember that scene where the detective comes in to find the lady at the farm and she turns around and stares at him and screams?
That's what they're given, though, man. I think that this is an example of something that was not ready to be made, yet it was made. And I still think that there's like a mood in this movie that I actually kind of dug. Like I liked the mood and the whole.
Can you explain the mood? Because I never.
Cold and rainy.
It was. I like the Irish setting. I'm not like Boozy. I don't hate Irish people and everything I don't hate everything about the country.
Does that mean you're not going to get a Shamrock Shake at McDonald's? Limited time only.
Fuck them.
But no, like there's certain things that I liked about it, and like even. But the thing is, this came out in 1986. Like The Fly came out in 1986. Did you prepare like what movies?
I was going to, yeah.
So you have it though?
I can get it right now.
Okay, well, we can wait if you want, but I'm just saying that there are some amazing movies that came out in 1986.
Well, and Aliens came out. What?
Yes.
Which movie did we? Your movie came out in '86, didn't it? What fucking movie did we talk about that came out in '86 recently? Because I was like, The Thing came out, or not The Thing. Sorry,
Maximum Overdrive came out in 1987. That was a year after. Yeah, 87.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay.
But either way, that's a terrible way to fucking get, because they're both.
Okay, but when you say a mood, all I can imagine is where they're talking about a 8-foot, 10-foot creature wandering around, and then they show the background, and there's two bushes, and then it's just like prairie land.
Yeah, the prairie land, and then in the background, like you can tell that it's like green screen almost, like where.
Yeah, so I'm not harassing you. I just want to know, what mood is that?
I think that it's like a dark, bleak, and mood. Like it's dark and bleak, and I think that they treated this movie with an earnestness that I wasn't expecting for what the concept is, and like that's why I don't think that this is a good movie. I definitely think that it's a failure. I think they fucked up, but I think that this is the kind of movie that I would like to see in October, like around Halloween season, because it's definitely not good, but I have seen far worse.
Yeah.
I've seen far worse, and I think but the problem is that this movie had no fucking focus.
No,
it was all over the place. It was all over the place, and I think that
it was Maximum Overdrive. It came out in '86, so yes, we 86? Recently did talk about all the movies.
I was wrong.
Down.
But I don't know. Yeah, of course. I didn't love this movie, but I can kind of understand the cult following that it has. I don't think that it's anything like special, and like if we're talking about like cult movies like House or something like that, like this doesn't even compare to it. But just as a strict monster movie, I had some fun watching it, and like Diego said, this movie's only an hour and a half. Okay, so one thing that always happens whenever we end up on movies like this is I go, fuck, what time are we at in this movie? How much more do I have left? And when I checked, I was at 55 minutes. So I was like, holy fuck. I was like, so I was actually kind of into it. So like that just shows that I was fine with what was like. I'd expected to click it and be like, oh, we're only 15 minutes in the movie, but we're already 55 minutes in, and it's only an hour and a half movie. So I don't even see this movie as like an endurance test type of situation.
No, which is nice that it was only an hour and a half.
But like it really is just like I have one comparison to this movie. It is like, this is what I imagine what would be like if I was in the 80s, early 90s, and I decided to take acid for the first time, and I was watching Elf.
Elf?
Elf.
Like the alien Elf?
Yes.
Cat eater.
This is a bad fucking trip version of Elf. That's what they. Well, I don't know if you guys have done real bad drugs before, but like that is like what like this is the type of thing where
Does cocaine count?
No, cocaine. If this was cocaine, this would turn into fucking Garfield 2, Pig in the City, whatever the fuck it's called. But no,
Pig in the City.
I don't know.
A Tale of Two Cats.
If it was cocaine, it would be a much happier film. But like I don't know. For me, like as someone who has suffered through a bad drug trip before. This is what I imagine I would think of when I'm watching Alf on very bad drugs. And like that's not even
I love that you're trying to like buffer this up to make something out of.
Well, no,
I'm appreciating this.
I didn't hate it. I do think it's a mess.
Would you ever watch it again?
He would in October.
I've thought about this and I said that I don't think I will watch it again, but I do think that it's fine. It's not fine, but I'm happy I saw it.
Okay.
That's
is it more or less just to get it off the checklist? Like you got to fuck that one ugly girl just to be like, I fucked with Becky. Sorry.
It is not like that.
It's gotta squeeze out this Becky here.
The Duff.
Yeah.
I do not like. I've definitely fucked worse than this movie. this movie for sure. But it's. Yeah, this is bad. I'm fucking hammered right now. Also,
Surprise!
Yeah. No, I don't know. Okay, so one last thing before I pass off to you. Then we'll pass this Becky around a little bit. Fuck, we're terrible. Oh my god! Thank God we had nothing riding from this. How about Jeff talking about? I can't remember what he was talking about.
Where is this going?
Red Dead Redemption?
No, he was talking about how he was saying something bad and he'd be worried about his politics career ending. I'm like, yeah. I've said worse things on the podcast and I'm a plumber. It's like I could lose my job.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's a good way to sum it up, is listen to this plumber talk about movies.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you. Either way. No, remember Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze?
Is that the one with Toka and Razar?
Yeah. That's who Rawhead Rex looks like, but shittier.
Yeah.
Holy
so
shit,
like,
he does.
So like he's that's the problem, is that he's always stuck in the same emotion that you just nut and she keeps sucking face.
But he's always like,
I think what's worse for Rawhead Rex, not only that he's stuck in that position, but he seems so clunky when he moves around. Like, if you want a monster to come in, it's going to tear shit up really fast. It's going to, like, fuck the place up. It doesn't methodically smash dishes and, like, step on things and kind of flip your table.
How about the actor that played him went on, like, an intense diet for this movie to be in shape?
Oh.
Yeah, he worked out like Chris Pratt in Guardians of the Galaxy style, but, like...
Yeah, that's not a costume.
You're just covered in fucking prosthetics anyways.
And at least he peed on someone.
He did pee on someone.
True.
A priest.
Hey, he baptized him in piss.
Yeah, okay, next to Diego. Diego, you take
Jay,
it.
what did you think of your movie?
I was sorely disappointed with this movie. I was
really expecting you to dark horse this one and be like, I loved it.
No, I was really excited because I was like, man, this is going to be cool. And then my biggest issue with it was the pacing and the fact that, like, the editing and the cuts and the whole thing.
The characters felt so jumbled.
It's all over the fucking place.
It's a fucking mess. There's like no narrative for this movie.
No.
Not one that you can follow.
No, and that's why, like, I was doing my best to pay attention. I'm like, I don't know what's going on exactly, because there's the evil priest who swears all the time, and then all of a sudden there's a detective, and then the demon, and then it's like, oh, the devil was inspired by him, and I guess it's so fucking stupid.
None of it stacks up. None of it makes sense.
At the end, of course, it had to be a girl who did it. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I can't be the only one who's sitting there like, did they drop a hint about this that I missed? Because I was going, no, not of course.
What's happening here is that this movie was being made on the fly, like for sure. And it does not feel like that's why I can understand how Clive Barker doesn't like it, because like he's a very good writer. And
I think what he saw in his head writing the book is not what came out on the screen.
Absolutely not.
In his book, I read it on IMDb, but in his book, apparently Rawhead Rex was 9 foot tall and his face was made of raw meat. That's why he was called Rawhead Rex.
Yeah.
So it's even
that does make sense.
Yeah,
I never even really thought. I was just like, oh, here's a name.
Rex.
Like Bryson had said, like in his review, Bryson gave this 4 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd.
I noticed that, and I wasn't gonna say anything about it. But since let's air that shit out.
Yeah, like I'm happy that someone saw this movie and they had some fun with it. I know actually, I don't know if he's a fan, but I know that Lee Beckman has the Rawhead Rex Blu-ray. and he was excited about watching that over the Christmas season. So like maybe like there are people.
If you like it,
No, but like
great.
over the Christmas season, that's the same
Well,
thing
no,
we-
because I think he got it for Christmas or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Because there's a really nice Blu-ray release of it. But that's the other thing that brings me to my next point is that, yes, I ordered this off iTunes and everything, but like it just looks perpetually shitty.
It's bad.
Like it's, I don't know if there's maybe the Blu-ray looks better. I don't understand how it could. It just looks like, it's
It's like one of those movies that would be hard to remaster and restore. Just how fucking.
there's like no copies of it left.
But no, what I was getting is what Bryson said is that like it is like a Power Rangers villain. And that's pretty much what it is.
The way he moves and everything,
It's very clunky.
But he's also ripping fucking heads off and shit. So
okay,
like,
this guy inspired Satan, and he's just clunkily walking around your kitchen smashing dishes.
And peeing on the priest.
and he's peeing on priests, so
That
he's got a
makes
point. Yeah,
Fair.
everyone
But he
knows
was
that's
defeated by
step
a
one.
woman. And an urn or whatever.
I don't know.
It's just-
How did he know that was the thing? I don't know.
I don't think that we're not going to be able to find answers that we have questions to in this movie.
I did write down some notes.
I'm glad I finally
let's hear 'em.
watched it, but
Yeah, no, I am too. And here's the thing, man. Honestly, okay, can I be completely honest without you guys judging me? Is that this is my second favorite movie out of the three that we watched. I like Sleepwalkers the most.
Wow.
oof.
Wow.
And that is not because I chose it. It's because like I like that campy, goofy, ridiculous fun. And to me it was fun, and it's so insane. And then this was like a little bit behind that, like, but I would take this over Splinter. Like, I personally like this more than Splinter.
I like Splinter more. I like Splinter more than all three of them.
I'm with Diego on that one.
I think the reason
And
I
I'm
like
trying not to
is
be
because
biased.
whenever you like, here's the thing: is it might have helped Rawhead Rex because he does look rough. Like he looks like a guy covered in prosthetics. If they took the Splinter approach and put the camera in a blender, put the camera in a blender anytime he's on screen, like it could potentially be scary. But I don't know. I think it's because this taps into like a little soft spot for me when I was a kid. Is like this is the type of shit that would have scared me.
Growing up in the Irish countryside.
Well, no, I guarantee you, if I would have seen this movie when I was a kid, this is the type of shit that scares me. It's like the type of shit that like probably scares 2% of the world's population.
That's fair.
And I'm in that 2% of just
I think it's
monsters scared the fuck out of
it's
me. as a
different
kid.
strokes for different folks.
100%.
Weird things scare me in movies. I still think Halloween is genuinely scary, and many people have told me I'm wrong, and that's fine because that's my thing and it's not theirs.
Yeah, that and you're stupid.
Yeah, 100%. So I did take some notes about this. They're kind of all over the place, and I just wanted to start by: did anyone feel like the detective and his wife were like divorced but forced to live together?
Yes.
And that she
That's
had
just being Irish,
and
man.
she had spiteful kids. Like it seemed like she hated everyone she was around.
Have you ever seen A Happy Irishman?
When he's drunk, which is always.
Well, I think after watching this, they don't deserve happiness.
Do we have any Irish?
Oh my
listeners?
god, this is so fucking bad. We're joking. This is all fucking joking.
Okay, if they've got to this far in the episode and haven't realized that we've been joking the entire time, then that's on them, and they probably have turned it off already.
Yeah, they probably would go drink some more Guinness.
Yeah.
I love Guinness. I feel like I'm a spiritual Irishman because I'm miserable and I love drinking
you like
and I
potatoes?
love Guinness. I do like potatoes.
He eats. That's all he eats.
Yeah, exactly. I strictly live off potatoes.
Okay, I'm gonna do a flashback to one specific scene, and I want you guys to help me out here. Okay, the wife wakes up from a dream, and the husband's there, and he's like, "I'm gonna go for a walk or whatever," and he asks her what she had a dream about, and she says, "Big Jack." And he laughs and he's like, "Oh, Big Jack." And she's like, "Oh, Big Jack." And then goes back to sleep. Who the fuck is Big Jack? They never talk about it again.
You don't know Big Jack?
That was such a throwaway, but it led to me. The rest of the movie, I was like, "Oh, where's Big Jack? Is Big Jack coming?"
I think that was just
That's Rex.
It was just
That's Rexy.
Big Jack. I think was just just her fantasy dream man.
Yeah.
Like she was dreaming and she was like, "Oh, Big Jack."
So they couldn't have like just inserted generic. I was, I don't know. I was dreaming about Marlon Brando.
Well,
fucking anybody.
The whole scene was just unnecessary. in
Who's the
general.
Irish Marlon Brando?
Big Jack.
Mike Fisher.
Sweeney Todd.
Mike Fisher's
Fisher?
Irish. He's
Is he?
Irish.
That's strong.
Mike Fisher or Mike Flanagan?
Mike Fisher.
Mike Fisher.
Our homeboy.
I feel like Fisher isn't a strong
That's
Irish name. That's why.
Flanagan
Yeah.
is.
I love both of those guys, but fuck Mike Flanagan on Twitter.
The only cool thing Rawhead Rex did was sometimes his eyes glue red, and I was like,
I
that's
love
kind of
that
cool. I like that.
It made
Is
no
glue the right word or is it
sense.
glowed?
Glowed?
They glued.
Also, okay, trailer park scene. Now we're skipping ahead to that. Trailer park scene.
Okay, Jesse Sawitsky's house.
Yes.
All right.
Why did Rawhead Rex take that corpse all the way to the trailer park to hang it up, to eat it, to take its head off?
He's not gonna eat it on the floor. It's dirty.
10-second rule,
So
my
he's
guy.
a fucking predator all of a sudden?
I think he actually, like, there's definitely tones in this movie where they're like, let's make it like the Predator.
Well, the thing-
Even when he's holding the fucking head and the silhouette and everything.
Yeah.
The thing with this movie is that the intelligence of Rawhead Rex goes all over the place. Sometimes
That's
it's a fucking
I know,
dumb,
it's like he has reasons for doing some of the shit, but then other times he's just reduced to being like, "Ah."
and he literally looks like it's just Ape Out, the movie.
He looks like you.
What?
But you're a handsome version.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that is 100% it, is that there's no sustainable motive where you can figure out what he's doing, because then the priest gives that backstory about how he's going to like take over the world and he needs help to do it. He doesn't really seem that focused on it. He more just seems like fucking around with people.
Yeah.
And he was kind of stealthy for a while, and then he just went apeshit in that trailer park,
I
and
know.
then goes back to being stealthy.
And then there's a point where like the priest is like flat out like talking to him.
Yeah.
And it's like what?
There's no method to his madness.
Why is this priest? Why is he immune?
Oh, yeah, okay, that would have made the movie better
I
for
think
me.
it's
is what
because
I'm-
he was going to R. Kelly him.
God, that's sorry.
That's
that-
topical.
That's what I wanted from him. I would have actually got a little more enjoyment if Rawhead Rex, our main villain of this movie, had any sort of direction in what he was doing.
See, the main villain turned into the priest, and Rawhead Rex was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Well, because he released him, and I like how he's in a like stained glass mirror, window.
Yeah, and the thing is like, yeah, what the fuck?
Why was he a part of a fucking stained glass window in the first place?
Because that's how the detective found out how to kill him, kind of, because he saw someone holding a sword.
And his eyes glow red.
Glue red.
He glued red,
And,
yeah.
But I don't. And so they never really. So the priest woke him up by holding a cloth that burned him. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, what
and then he
and then it was like Pumpkinhead style where
he got
was,
he got his view. He got his
Don't
vision.
you dare! But yes, I know that, and that brings me to my next. Like one of my other points is that like I love Pumpkinhead, and I'm like, this is a very bad Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, that's what. And that's the entire thing I thought.
Yeah.
Why did he gooble gobble the pregnant lady?
Because she's pregnant.
He just like touched her
Everybody-
belly and went, "Bah!" And then it ended.
It's like Tracy Morgan always said, "Everybody getting pregnant." Is that a
And then
good?
he got hit by a semi.
Is that a good Tracy Morgan impression?
No.
Do your Tracy Morgan impression.
I can't do it to you.
You do it. Everybody get pregnant.
Is Tracy Morgan?
Guy from 30 Rock.
God, no, I can't do it.
What? Let's give him an impression to do.
Jim Carrey from The Mask, smoking.
I'm the mask. I don't remember. I can't think of a
Somebody
Jim Carrey.
stop me. Wait, why are we doing this?
I don't know. It's like we're filibustering for no reason.
I can't find logic in this movie anymore. Like,
I'm trying, honestly.
Yeah, no, and you're doing great.
Okay, so Rawhead Rex kills a kid. No, he doesn't kill a kid. He thinks about killing a kid. That kid disappears. Was Alex? Or was it Adam?
Like the kid in the van?
Yeah, was the trailer. Was that his brother trying to make it with that girl, or was that his dad?
I don't know.
I don't understand. And then, you're a fucker. I'm gonna fucking beat you. I'm gonna fucking smack you.
And then like his daughter.
Sounds like my dad.
Yeah, and then his daughter goes and pees in the bush.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh no, she's screaming! Let's all run over there!" And then Rawhead.
That's my
You know
favorite
what?
part of the movie is the climactic, him holding onto this fence he can clearly open, but he just waits there. Please don't take that kid. Please.
Oh man, that part pissed me. The dad, like where he's like he could easily get past that
Yeah,
fence.
the best part is that when Rawhead leaves, he literally just unlatches the
Yeah,
gate.
exactly.
Oh, okay. And,
Get a jail-free
Threat's
card.
yeah. What are you screaming about, little girl? Oh, it's just this maimed rabbit.
Maybe Alex Jones has a point.
But I don't know where he's going.
Yeah,
But anyway, how did Rawhead sneak up on them? Because that's the scene I'm talking about where I was talking about the landscape of Ireland. It was
flat.
It was flat, and there's 2 bushes, and the girl's peeing behind one, and they park their car, and somehow Rawhead just comes. He's 10 feet tall or 8 feet tall. He comes out of nowhere and manages to stealthily take a child.
I get what you're talking about now.
I
still
understand.
don't know what he's talking about.
But you know what? Alfred Hitchcock gets
Where are you going?
he gets a lot of credit for being the first person to film a toilet in a movie in Psycho.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So this movie has a mutant peeing on a priest.
It's a demon peeing on a priest.
Yes.
Yes. It's got to be one of the first instances of
That's
that.
got to be. It's got to be the
Put
only
that on the
time.
IMDb.
It
I'm
is.
sure anybody's
Is
checking
it?
it.
Is it on the
It's
IMDb?
in the trivia.
Is it?
I didn't even
It's
check.
actually in the trivia.
Oh, I was totally joking.
Yeah,
but-
I totally did not know that. And like, okay, so yeah, like there's multiple people peeing in this movie. So you got to give it that credit.
Piss Boy, the movie.
Spaghetti piss
I like
boy
that
the
we're
movie.
really scraping the bottom for good things.
Let's
in
wrap
here.
this up.
Yeah,
'cause
let's,
this movie. That's what this movie does. It's so illogical. It just when you try and think about it, you just go on.
I just want to say, like, flat out, is that I was looking forward to this because, like, Diego's picked something I've never seen before, and it looks really campy and fun, and I was hoping it would be kind of more of a Pumpkinhead movie. But yeah, what we got is like
what we got was a pumpernickel movie.
yeah,
So you guys got no enjoyment out of it?
Overly no.
little.
Like
I still want to know who Big Jack is.
I got some enjoyment out of this movie, but also when it was done, I was like, whew, happy that's done.
Woof.
Woof.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for listening to us, and thank you for not reporting us, everybody. We love all of you. We will be back
Even
next
our
week.
Irish fans.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Irish.
Oh my gosh. All right, so yeah, we're looking forward to being back next week where we're going to be talking about books. So just because you think like, oh, Daredevil's going to read about books and pretend like they're smart and everything, no, you're going to get to hear 2 fucking idiots and then 2 very intelligent women talk about some books. Mm-hmm. So that'll be the first time that we really do. That will be the first time that we do it. So just even if you're not into reading books or you're not interested in the books that we're reading, give it a listen. See, hopefully it turns out all right. I can pretty much guarantee you that it is not going to be your standard book club episode.
No, and if you know what, if you don't like the episode, let us know.
Yeah.
If it's something we're not going to carry on doing, if no one's going to listen to it and no one likes it, why would we continue doing it outside of what we've already planned?
I agree, especially since like I don't want to like make it a fucking thing where I need to read this book by this month if people aren't liking it.
Yeah, I
So
can have
let
that
us
peace
know.
of mind of just reading a book by
I
myself.
would much prefer people just say, hey, you know what, this kind of doesn't work.
Yeah. And with that being said, quick thing, just because we haven't pitched ourselves in a while, is go give us a review on something. Send us in a question, a comment. What did you think of this episode? Are you offended? Have you reported us? Anything, because we're trying to keep that engagement going. We do have a great core group of people that we regularly talk to, and we're always looking for more people to talk to. We're not spooky, and we're not usually really mean to people.
Unless you're Irish.
Unless you're Irish.
Then Boozy fucking hates you.
Yeah.
Toi.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody, and please, for the love of God, stay spooky.
And don't let the Baba Yaga get you.
Spay and neuter your pets.
She can't be dead.